asking you to be a pro to talk about the 10 principle, like what is one, what is two, what's true, but pick one that is so related that you can practice them daily and dedicate that practical actions for yourself. Have an important business meeting in another city, you need the document to travel. If you wait the normal delivery time, you will lose a large amount of money. The employee says it can be done fast, but only if you pay extra money. Now, to avoid losing a large amount of money, would you pay extra money? Guys, yes or no? A CSR plan. And you communicate with the stakeholders. Stakeholders doesn't mean that it's a shareholder, it's the community out there using your products, or even directly or indirectly related with your product, or the consequences on your products happens to them, or any of your operations that's going to affect them. Then you implement your CSR plan, you follow up with evaluation. So I'm not going through this as well because we are really running out of time. But I want you to know a company's responsibility is not to your shareholders, it's to your stakeholders. A great company, for example, I will be giving you, let's talk about Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is all around the world, but look at their CSR they implement. Anyone can tell me what they implement? No, they actually donate money and also products and also machines that help for diabetes. Coca-Cola. I know it sounds really funny because they are the one who have more sugar in their products, but they're helping out in their community. And what about McDonald's? They are helping out those who have obesity issue and also autism issue. So they are actually helping out for the people's for the children's. They donate and they build houses for them. Okay, so stakeholders can be referred to anyone who is influences directly, indirectly on your actions. So people and planet must be treated at the same level as prosperity. A lot of time we don't actually treat people and planet equally. Do you agree? Do you agree that most of the time we look at our profit first? If you do agree, please give me 77 into the chat. I want to see that all of you are still very awake with us. If I'm free, it's a cool 77. Yeah, correct. So, you know, a lot of time we prioritize too much of profit, but we've forgotten that health is wealth. That is some well-being that we should really look into it. Now, again, to remind you, planet protecting us from natural disaster. And the prosperity help us to move the economy in our society. But people is the one who connect all of us together. If we are not connecting to each other, we are not pledging the same thing. How are we going to make the world better? It's a good question. Okay. So now I need your commitment. And let me share what is the commitment that I've done for past 4 years later on. So the story goes by, we say that a frog, if you throw them into a boiling water, they can sense the danger and they jump out directly. It's just like climate change. In Hong Kong, if you have typhoon, you will be very alert on that day. So let's say in India, if it's a very hot day, you can feel that directly. Sorry, I can't give any other example that I can think of. But if you put the frog into a comfortable temperature, you know, and you gradually raise the temperature, the frog is not noticing about it. And it will be too late for them. They will die in the boiling water. we are the frog. We allow climate change to happen. Imagine if you could think back 10 or 20 years ago. You don't even need to switch on the aircon every day. But today, when you are in your car, you need air condition. Even in the bus, you need air condition. Even in your workplace, if the air condition is down, you complain. So, who make these consequences? Are we part of them? Did you commit to make the world better? Or you are taking advantage of it? Now we talk about key success. We have shared so much about CSR. We went into different group chat. We talk about how implementation can be done. We even speak about global compact principle. Wow, it's so great. We talk about all this, but have you made them your own principles? Have you practiced them? You must willingly and have the ability to learn and adapt. That you are the first generation and probably the last generations to able to make the change of our world. If it's not you, then who? So communicate and promote these principles. I'm not asking you to be a pro to talk about the 10 principle, like what is one, what is two, what's true, but pick one that is so related that you can practice them daily and dedicate that practical actions for yourself. So let me share with you. 4 years ago, I decided not to drive during weekends. And I find it so hard to actually even take a public transport. So thanks to the pandemic, I started to actually realize that walking is a good practice for going nearby stores. But for the past 4 years, I've told myself not to drive during weekends, and I've been putting that principle very important as one of the priority because I want to cut down my personal carbon footprints. I can't ask everyone not to drive, but at least I started for myself. I admit that it's very hard, it's very challenging in the first 2 years, but until today, I've get used with it. So anyone is going to ask me out on weekend, I usually ask them, would you want to come to my house and pick me up? Or I have to take a Grab or Uber to meet you at certain places. I'm not going to drive. I want to cut down my carbon footprint. And in the same time, I help the other person to improve the income. I'm pushing the economy. So things, what you have done, what dedication you have done for yourself. You have a similar story, Shami. Yeah, Shami, unmute yourself. Do you want to share?
Hi everyone, this is Shami again. Thank you. I actually have a similar story. Like I sold my car. I thought I'm driving too much because I live in a city famous for this traffic and it takes like 3-4 hours to go just even 2 kilometers. So I decided to bring all my laundry, my beauty parlor, my bank, everything near my house. So I actually changed all those accounts and everything so I can just take a walk and I can, if somebody asks me for a coffee, I will not go far for a famous coffee. Rather, I want to support my local community and I'll take a walk and have a cup of coffee. And I try to figure out like my friends who live in my neighborhood. So I try to build up a relationship with them. I try to have more meaningful relationship with them. So we can go on like in our home, watching a movie, we can cook for each other. This way we will share a bond. We will do service for each other. At the same time, we will save a lot of carbon footprint. Also, I like to have plants in my house. I have several plants. I just not that I give plants as a gift to my friends and I request them to take care of the plant, thinking that it is me, my health, my life. So they become more responsible in case they're traveling, they're not able to take care of the plants. I ask them, just give it to me. I will give it to somebody else who can take care. I believe if all of us have 5 plants in our house and we can take care of them, the world will be much, much more better. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the sharing. So I saw a lot of message typing out from Subkey paying, reduce usage of plastic bags and straws, same as Senator Ashivana Mewa. And Katrini, same here, been doing it for years, using straw, plastic, and bring tote bag when buying groceries, daily needs. Oh, let me share it with you. One very happening things in Malaysia, but only limited to Penang Island, that we have no plastic day for 7 days. You know, it's a tricky one. Means you don't have plastic every day. You must only use your own recycle bag, even during the shopping or buying groceries. But the tagline is no plastic day for 7 days. So you got what it means. It's like every day. Okay, I try. It's so hard. Plastic is everywhere. Yep. But at least you're doing something, you're reducing. Okay, so the last key point that I want to share just now is lead by example, practice principles. Today, as a trainer, I'm sharing this knowledge to you because I am practicing it. That's why I have examples to share to you. Imagine that I've been speaking about social responsibility to so many people and I've been sharing my vows. So if you could also do something that helping up the society and you could share vows when you are doing a training. Remember, those participants like you come here not only for the knowledge, you come here because you want to know more than your knowledge, beyond the training. So let's do something beyond the compliance. Okay. Okay, at least we start the movement. Good job, everyone. Small action is better than no action else. Correct, you're right. Now we have gone through the third case. Okay, I will refresh you again that if you were to donate the children fund to place in front of the people in line for many hours, a lot of you says no, because this is a circumstances that you don't want to take. Now, let me ask the questions. If you have loading on case 3, I'm going to have you load more on case 4. Now, you have an important business meeting in another city. You need the document to travel. If you wait the normal delivery time, you will lose a large amount of money. The employee says it can be done fast, but only if you pay extra money. Now, to avoid losing a large amount of money, would you pay extra money? Guys, yes or no? Dicky, I would say yes. Okay, yes. Still a lot of people loading, very struggling. Yes, from Agnes. How much is the extra money? That will answer a lot. Shami, that extra money is nothing compared to your big business. Gaga, actually, yes. Some things are situational. I will pay them. Okay. Now, remember, when we talk about principle, all of you stand firm. No. Value? Yes. Circumstances? No. What happened when it is your needs? In fact, if you hold very closely to your principle, the answer should be no. Should be no, right? But a lot of people choose yes. Even myself would choose yes. Why? Because adopting the principles and acting responsibility will not be easy, as it seems. It's easy to be written on the theory that morality, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. But what can we do when principles and acting responsibility has a conflict? Now, until the majority becomes part of the trend, you must face a lot of challenges to act responsibly. Here say may, but I'm telling you must go through it. It is one of the criteria to make changes. So, I'm not trying to tell you what is right, what's wrong. I'm trying to tell you, you must act responsibly. Because every actions and every decisions you made lies on you. And the outcome will be on you as well. Either it's a big or a small matter, it's always back to your decisions. How much is the money, like Shami asked? If it's just a small amount compared to your big business, you're paying. But are you willing to take the responsibility of doing so, knowing that it may not something right to be done? So guys, that's why I said it's fine, because we know what we should be doing. We know that we should not on the aircon most of the time, but we did it. Why? So try to take the balance, because it is not easy as what we see, but we can always find a balance. If that is true, an official channel paying extra that money expedite the process. Okay, we're not talking about that. So actions for the organization. Okay, I'm not going through this as well. I want you to know the need for action. Wise and timely decisions will set the course for global development and societal achievements. What does this mean? Means that you must make a decision, a good decision at a good timing, so that you can move on. Because you cannot be addressed by only a government or only institution or any government agency alone. No, a lot of people have that misunderstanding. Government should do this, government should do that. But what about you? As an active citizen, you must involve. Your organization must involve, because this is the ecosystem we are living in. Imagine if you rely only on the government for so many things. How could you run? Government, let's talk about employment. How do you think that the government agencies' employment able to fill up all the able to cater for the whole city of people into their employment? I don't think so. You need private parties that are running businesses to boost the economy together. So the need of action is to you must be involved. Now, solving the world's challenges will require a lot of efforts and determination. That's what we know. But the question is where to start, guys, where to start. So let's recap again. The definitions of CSR. We must voluntarily commit by the business to manage its activity in a responsible way. Okay. What is the CSR principles? We talk about continuing commitment by the business to behave ethically, contribute to economic development, and create prosperity, improving the quality of life. This is the 3 P's of the CSR. Planet, people, prosperity. Remember, we share about UN Global Compact human rights. We talk about what we should be respecting, what we should not abuse. We talk about labor standards, what kind of freedom we must have and given to the labor. We do not force and make them a compulsory labor. We must abolish child labor, and we must eliminate discriminations in employment and occupation. And we talk about support precautionary approach to the environmental, taking initiative to promote greater environment responsibility, encourage development so that we can have environmental friendly technologies. And lastly, business should work against corruption in all forms, including extortions and bribery. Now, how does CSR work? We know that we must go beyond the compliance. We must volunteer ourselves. It's a whole business process rather than just donations. We have given you the example. We must always understand and involve the stakeholders. Then who are the stakeholders? They are the people that influence you directly, indirectly on your actions. So what is the implementation process? Understanding the goal, development, and communicate with your stakeholders. Implement your CSR. Make sure you have follow-up and evaluations. Now, lesson from the boiling frog. Remember, people react immediately to dramatic changes. But if the same changes taken gradually, over the time, we hardly notice or even become aware of it. Now, what are the key success factors? Making them your own principles, willing to able to learn and communicate to promote this principle, not to forget, put in action, lead by example. So what was the lesson from the case studies? You must adopt the principle and act responsibly. But it is not easy most of the time. Because you make a changes, you need to wait for the majority becomes part of the change. Only you will realize that the challenges you face in the prior timing is the one to let you to learn more. Be a responsible citizen, know what is right and wrong, and act responsibly. So if it does not matter where you start, then how are you going to put the commitment into action? So put the action in your local organization today. You're representing your JCI local organization. Put in your workplace, put in your community and your friends, like I said just now. Act in your home, because you can make a changes. You can make a differences. The question is, are you commit to make these changes? Now, remember the first slide that we saw? I want to have you to watch this very good video. Okay? Just a minute.
Good evening, everyone. It is an absolute honor for me to be here and to be delivering to you the 6-minute speech. It is an absolute honor for me to be here and to be delivering to you the 6-minute speech that was written by you all over the world. This moment is too important to stay quiet. Leaders from every part of the world, from government, industry, and civil society, are convening in Rio de Janeiro, right here, this week, to discuss and make decisions about the kind of world we will live in and the kind of future we are leaving the next generation. Our voices matter in this discussion, and they make a difference. 20 years ago, Rio hosted the 1992 Earth Summit, which focused on the global environmental and sustainability problems of the time. As a 12-year-old girl, I flew to the summit from Canada to remind world leaders of what was truly at stake. The future of my generation and of all future generations to come. I said to them, do not forget why you are attending these conferences, who you are doing this for. We are your own children. You are deciding what kind of a world we will grow up in. The 1992 Earth Summit focused the world's attention on sustainable development. Today, the issues are even more serious. They are even more relevant and urgent. Pollution has changed our climate. More than 1 billion people are living without electricity. Children are still dying of preventable diseases, malnutrition, and simple dehydration. Too many people are struggling to get by, living in poverty, often without safe drinking water or enough food. At the same time, the 1% continues to get richer. We can, we must do better. As the global community gathers for Rio +20, as the world's delegates begin to arrive tonight, we again need committed citizens to speak out, to push for progress, to tell world leaders that we care about what is going on in Rio and beyond. 2 decades ago, I was one girl speaking to one room. Today, thanks to the revolution in technology and social media, each of us, each of you watching this, has a megaphone that carries and connects our voices in every part of the world. We must use that megaphone to inspire a revolution of change.
Okay, guys. So let me ask you, what happened to you 20 years ago? This lady, Seven Suzuki, 20 years ago, she came to silence the United Nations. 20 years later, she's an advocate that putting her influence to the world. So may I challenge you? What you want the world to be after 20 years? Are you ready for that? Are you ready to be part of these changes? So will you continue to impact the world after 29 years? This is a personal commitment for you to make a changes. Now, I want you to know that we do not inherit the earth from our parents. In fact, we're borrowing it from our children. Whatever you're using now, whatever you overuse it now, you're going to leave a lot of debts to our children and their children. Now, each person, I want you to make a personal commitment before you leave this zone. Ask yourself what you could do and what you can do to make the world better. Because this is not just a simple pledge. If you came to this course to just pass the course, I can assure you, you will pass. Just go and download from JCI.cc on all this, participant manuals, and also you can get it from the slides, and you just read through it. You're gonna pass after all. But does it really matter to you in the end of the day, just passing the course and not making the changes to your world? So make a difference, because we only have one Earth, and this planet will determine by our action. So I'm going to tell you a story. A man was walking on the beach and saw a boy throwing starfish back to the ocean. So the man asked why he was doing that. The boy said, "Don't you see? I'm throwing starfish into the ocean. The sun is rising and the tide is out. And if I don't throw them in, they will die." Now the man said, "Young man, this is not going to make any difference. There are thousands of starfish out here." After throwing another one into the ocean, the boy said, "It makes a big difference for this one." So are you going to make a difference, even though it's just you? So I hope to see you to commit into your actions. For all the games that I did not go through with you, that's because I want you to be more conscious and more concentrate on what I'm going to tell you and relate it back to your experience. Now, let me challenge you. Technical team, can you put them into the breakout room for 5 minutes? Each of you Pledge on your own commitment and one person to present everyone's commitment. You can be different commitments. Okay, I'm giving you 5 minutes to the group. Technical team, are you ready?
Okay.
Yep. So please go into the room for 5 minutes to think, what are you going to do the next 30 days? And what are you going to make the changes for the next 20 years? 5 minutes, you may start now. Thank you, tech team.
入間房啊你哋。係啊，5分鐘啊，summarize 做緊聽嗰啲乜 Q 嘢。
Okay, is everyone back? Great. Now I want to listen to people that is, have not shared. Can we have some faces that we have not seen before?
Yes, George here.
Yeah, great, Josh. Okay.
All right. Actually, I will say sharing on behalf of my team. Well, basically, just now, within the discussion, actually, we have discussed on what are the commitments that we can do, right? So from Dicky, he said that he will drive lesser, and then instead, the alternative way is to take transportation with clean energy, for example, like the railways, the LRTs, MRTs, or the bus route. So the another one that he mentioned that he would want to do in the next 30 days would be to take a quick shower or less shower a day, because he mentioned that he took 2 showers per day, so he will try to make it a quick one or a less shower for a day. So the third for me myself will be to reduce the usage of plastic bags and also the plastic containers, because I do take away from restaurants a lot during this time because of the COVID-19, and the alternative way for me to actually bring our own tableware so we can reduce the usage of the plastic. So from Shemi, she also shared about she's going to reduce her plastic usage, and by walking more so that she can reduce the carbon footprint and bring the benefit to the community and to the environment. So yeah, that's the sharing for our group. Thank you.
Thank you. Dicky, make sure you're clean, huh? Okay. What about next person? Anyone would love to make any?
Good evening, everyone.
Hi, good evening.
Hi. Yeah, as for our group, we were able to discuss our commitments. One of our member said that he would walk more instead of driving. The other one, she said she would try to avoid use paper so as to save trees. And as for myself, I will bring lots of reusable bags for my groceries and avoid single-use plastics. And I will continue to walk more. Actually, I have lost already 20 kilos by walking alone and not driving. So yeah.
Great one. That's really good. You lost 20 kilos by just walking. I think that's really something very amazing. Okay, thank you, SG Prince. Okay, anyone else, please? We're going to end this soon. So, let's have more sharing. Anyone?
In here.
Yep.
Our teammates actually shared some same idea with the previous group, which is reduce the plastics use and also walk more rather than driving. So my teammates also mentioned one thing is we can choose dine in rather than take away, because if this we can reduce the usage of the plastic waste or the polystyrene, something to the effect.
Okay, great. Anyone else? We can't talk freely in Indonesia because safety reason. Okay. Anyone else who want to share? There's so many of you.
Okay, I can talk.
Yes.
I'm on the phone.
Okay. Now I will pin you.
Okay. My group has shared that about how to reduce the plastic in the pandemic. Like maybe in the next 30 days, because in the pandemic we always use takeaway, and then the restaurants will give us plastic utensils. Then in the next 30 days, I take away food. Then we'll ask the restaurants not to give us plastic utensils, and then and also maybe I'll ask them to I'll just ask them to just maybe I will also bring my own lunchbox. And also for the next 20 years, because I'm a teacher, so I can teach my students to be environmental friendly, and they will become environmental friendly. So they can help promote environmental friendly as well.
That is good. Now, thank you, Agnes. We have a senator. Yes. Do you want to? Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Yes.
You may share.
Thank you. From what we discussed in our group with Brindusha and Agnes, we said that we'll reduce plastic bags as well, and more like, for instance, bring our tote bags when we go to supermarkets and all. And then Brindusha as well shared that she will encourage, they are organizing actually on her side in a few weeks on JCI Rise, that is to sensitize JCI members and also share it across with other people. And then in the 20 years, what we can do, I shared about tree planting initiative, which we have started in JCI here since a couple of years now. Thank you.
Great. That is very good. I hear very good commitment. Anyone else? Anyone else? We're going into our final 1 minute. Anyone else? Let's be active citizen. We're going to get one more person, final person. Any sharing? One final slot. Hello. We're active citizens. Are you making a changes for this course? Okay, now never mind. I will do this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to call the name that I've seen in the group chat, but you know. Oh, okay, Ogaga. Yep, go ahead, Ogaga.
I shared before though, but I might take down from the class now. I'm going to be gifting the planet something for my birthday. My birthday is on 11th of April. And between now and my next birthday, I will be gifting the planet 100 trees.
Ah, that's good. On your birthday, gifting the planet 100 trees. That's very good. Are you going to commit that for the rest of your life? Every 11th of April, you're going to commit for 100 trees every year, or perhaps more.
I will try. But I'll start with 100 first.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is so amazing. You know, this is very good. You know what I do during my birthday? I always, you know, buy some vegetarian foods for my friends that we always have a good gathering. So I guess I need to change them to tree planting too. Very good one, Ogaga. Okay. Anyone else? If you would like to share, do let me know. Okay. Now, thank you very much for coming here today to listen for the sharing. I would take it as a sharing. It's not about coaching or teaching. It's because most of the time, if you do more sharing with people, we will actually eventually learn more from them. You know, when we attend a course, we can definitely get the slides from jci.cc. But what I've been trying to share with you is people around you, their views, and also what we can do in our personal commitment to make it things better, and especially in social responsibility. It's a very much more and talking about reality things that happen in our life. It's not about just some, you know, some theory on the paper. It's about practical, how we make it something that we could do that really helps to improve the life around us, surrounding us for the next 10 to 20 years, or even the rest of our life. Remember, no matter how small your action is, the changes is going to make a difference to the world. If all of us could commit what we are doing, even just a small step, you could change the world. And you are changing the world. Today, we are meeting virtually from different locations. It cannot be imagined 20 or 30 years ago we could do that, but we are doing it now. This is the smaller steps that we commit to make changes. So remember that if it's not you, then who? If it's not now, then when? So I hope that you could learn it from each other as well. And of course, from all the courses, if you need tips, please put on in the chat room. If you need tips, you put on in the chat room tips. Okay, no one needs the tips, means that you enjoy this as one of the great sharing. Okay, please remember to go through your participant manual before you take the test. Okay, I hope you enjoy the class, and back to you. Agnes is very straightforward. Agnes, one tip. Agnes, only you learned. We must have the majority in the chain, remember, before the changes is made. Anyone else? Any honest answer? Like life. Retake if you feel. Any donation needed to get tips? No donation is needed. Haha, second chances. Okay. I'm going to do very mild. Okay, I'm not going into it, but a very mild one to share a little bit on what do you call the tips. Okay, I understand that it's quite hard because a lot of people would love to get a pass. So what I'm going to do is a very mild one. So I hope that you don't take it as the full tips, but I just want you to enjoy the course. In fact, I want you to learn and enjoy the course. Okay, let me reopen my slides. Okay, remember what we talk about. Remember what we talk about in the challenges. Remember, we talk about this. Okay, and we talk about CSR. Okay, we talk about what is social responsibility, how to behave ethically, what are you going to do to contribute to the economy, and how are you going to create prosperity to improve quality of life. What is this that we have learned? The 3P. Okay, go through the 3Ps. And the most important is talking about the United Nations 10 principle. Don't worry, the 10 principle will not come out. They will just ask you into the 4 categories. But I do appreciate if you could go through it. So there is a question in the game. Remember, I keep on talking about the game and I skip all the slides wide. And I told you about the last one, if you could remember. This is the one. Remember values, circumstances, principle, and needs. Okay, so what's the story that I've told you just now? If you would want to make sure you know everything, just go back to the last few slides. There are all the tips in there. Okay, so there are a few that I've mentioned. So the most important thing is to ensure you take action on your commitment. That's the most important thing. Okay, okay, back to you, host.
Okay, all right. I believe tonight all of you for sure can learn a lot and earn a lot of knowledge. So from our trainer, thank you, Jolene. And even myself also feel our trainer using the very interesting way to share about a lot the knowledge to us. So I hope you all enjoy. And again, thank you our PLP Jolene and Sammy also. Okay, all right. As this section, we would like to invite our OC, Katini, to give our PLP Jolene a token of trainer appreciation. tech team, can you please help me to pin our OC Katini and trainer Jolie? Okay. Okay, our tech team ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, tech team. Okay. Tech team.
I think it has been screenshot before. All right.
Okay, all right.
Can we pin President Sammy as well?
Yes, can. Again. So tech team please pin Sammy. And again our Jolene and our OC Katini.
I think press Sammy should sit on the camera so the tag team can pin the, yeah, okay.
Okay, ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, tech team.
Thank you.
Okay, so tonight our section is end. I hope you all enjoy and really nice to meet you all here. Okay.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Nice to meet you all in here.
Thank you, everyone. Wonderful training.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Good luck for the
guys.
test.
See you guys soon. Take care. Remember to commit into your action. Thank you, Dickie. That's really good. I think that both team has actually bring out the best of what they think about a CSR. But let's see what CSR in the terms in this course. There's no right or wrong. It's just that it's more related. So what is CSR? In fact, CSR is a voluntary commitment by the business to manage its activities in a responsible way. This is from the International Chamber of Commerce. What they think is, it is a voluntary work and you commit into doing it so that you're going to run your business in a responsible way. So what both a group has been sharing, in fact, you can instill into your business by doing the small little steps. Okay, so you're good, everyone. You're good for module 1. Do you feel that you know more about CSR now? Now I'm going to put you into the module 2, which is going to be conducted by our assistant trainer, Sammy. So let's welcome Sammy. Sammy, are you ready? The floor is yours.
Thank you, Jolene. I appreciate the chance that she gave me to be an assistant trainer today. So I'm going to start share about module 2, the principle of the CSR. I'm going to share screen or Jolene.
You're going to share your own screen, Sammy?
Then I think the tech team need to make me as a host, co-host.
Yep. Done that. You can share now. Yeah, you can do the sharing now.
Wait, can you all see my screen?
Yes, very clear.
Okay, let's start. I'm going to share with you the background about the CSR, okay? First, in today's world, do you agree that anything that happens, no matter how far away, can affect us as well? How many of you agree? Please type 111 in the chat group. Okay, like it or not, the world is interdependent, and what we do here did affect others, although they are very far away. For example, if you still remember during the start of the COVID-19 in China, when China started to lock down, it actually affect the supply chain in whole world. How many of you did affect by this when China first locked down? You can type 222 in the chat box. I think not only business, but even we as a consumer, we did purchase something from the China Taobao as well. Okay, when China first locked down, I believe there is a lot of people panic because maybe they are in business. Okay, then they need the stock, they need the supply from China, but they can't do anything. They can't do anything. Okay, so the globalization is affecting everyone. Okay, so because the globalization, the country between the country to another country are more connected, not only economically, but as well as the culture. Okay, and with the globalization, it's actually bring a growing impact on our business, organization, and also practice. Okay, wait. With the globalization, is actually bring advantage to to us. Okay, we easily access to the information and goods from everywhere. We can buy, we can easily get the stock from China, India, Philippines, even the Vietnam or Europe. We easily get all those stock from different countries, even they are far away. Okay, we also easily to get the information before we travel to there. Okay, not only advantage. Okay, with the globalization, it also brought challenge to us. Okay, monopoly by the large corporation. How many of you aware that the monopoly by the large corporation? If you're aware on that, maybe you can type some of the example with this monopoly. For those in business, and especially they very rely on the social marketing. Maybe in the beginning you might spend $2-3 US dollar, you can get your advertisement easily access to many people in the social media like Facebook, especially like training business. Okay, my friend did told me that he or she need to spend almost 800 ringgit, 800 ringgit in order to get a participant into her room. Okay, for her to share about her services. Is not cheap. Okay, so this is one of the example. Okay, monopoly by the large corporation, and many of the corporation did focus on the profit and lost the local identity and roots. Okay, this is a very big challenge for us, especially those in the business. You need to spend more in order to get yourself attention, advertisement, marketing, and all this is very challenging. So this is why corporate social responsibility kick in. In the first, this CSR is an issue for those large multinational corporations, but now it's strongly affecting small, medium enterprise. Now if you're aware that nowadays not only those MNC company, the multinational company, but SME company also practice this CSR. Okay, why? Because as a SME, even we are a small, medium enterprise, we also affected by the event and the decision, okay, from the global. Okay, so any change in rules or offer and demand, like just now I mentioned, okay, when China locked down, it is not only impact the big corporation, but also impact a very big impact to the small, medium enterprise. Okay, so this is why we need social responsibility. Okay, with the social responsibility, the business has many responsibility, okay, to society. And these three principle is very important for us to practice. First, behave ethically. How many of you that as a business, we must respecting the business, and also we need to respect the ethical and the personal value? If you agree, type 333 in the chat box. We as a consumer, we also hope that the business owner act ethically. Okay, not like today, Mr. A going to the shop, they buy a cup, it costs 10 ringgit. Tomorrow, Mr. B go into the shop, then the owner actually charge 20 ringgit. It's not ethical, correct or not? Okay, second, contribute to the economy development. This does not happen, just give the money out, you know. But as a corporate, we need to generate we generate the job opportunity. We also bring the development, and we produce, okay, we produce the product or the services that can beneficial to the consumer, to the society. Okay, number 3, improving, okay, create the prosperity and improve the quality of life. We not only benefit ourselves as a business owner, but we also create the prosperity and improve the quality of life, okay, for our employee. First, our employee is very important. Without our employee, our business definitely cannot move. Okay, so we need to pay them. Okay, we need to award them their hard work, okay, their contribution. Not only that, behind your employee, what else? Their family. As a business owner, you are not serve one of your employee, but behind your employee, he or she have her own family. They have their parents, they have their spouse, they have their kids, they have their relatives. Okay, so local community and society at large. First, you as a business owner, you not only create a job opportunity, but how your product can benefit the local community. When you generate product, will you generate a toxic waste to the community? Especially those people that near your factory and all this did bring a very big impact. Okay, then society at large. All this is very important. If we are not practice the CSR, we are not follow the principle of CSR, this will, like just now Jolene did mention, seem like there is no any improvement, and I think it's getting worse lah. Okay, if you can experience the weather nowadays. Okay. Okay, next we continue to the next slide. Okay, I'm going to share with you 3P of the CSR. You don't think another 3P. We're talking about the CSR, okay? I hope you guys won't fall asleep. So make some job first. Okay, first in my list, okay, the first P of the CSR, people. Okay, doing business means we paying attention in these 3 major areas. Okay, how many of you agree that people come first? Yes, I think got one statement, any problem happen because people. If we can count in the people, we can settle all the problem. Okay, so first in the list, 3P, people. When we're talking about people, it's not only the people inside your company, but inside your corporation, but also the people that outside your company. Okay, the social well-being, the equity. Okay, the second P, planet. When we talk about planet, we're talking about the environment, environmental protection, and the resources conservation. Okay, the third P, prosperity. When we talk about prosperity, we first come to our mind is money. Correct or not? Okay, economy, prosperity. Okay, for all and continuity. So when we talk about the prosperity, it's not only money we're talking about. We think about the economic effect of our product and services as well. Okay, so next. First, I'm going to explain more about people. People, also known as the human capital. It's important that we practice fair practice for our employee and families that contribute to the growth of the community. When we're talking about the fair practice, maybe we can take an example. When you look at this person, maybe you see, okay, I only want to hire ladies because I think ladies are more detailed, okay, then more careful, more caring or whatever. Okay, you selectively, okay, maybe you only want to hire certain religions people. Okay, so when we talk about the CSR, we will talk about the fair practice for our employee. We practice equality. Okay, when we talk about people, we also involve stakeholder in company activity. When we talk about the stakeholder, it's not only your staff, your employee, it also involve our client, our supplier, the user for our product and services. Okay, we also need to be responsible for them. Okay, the stakeholder. Third, contribute to the strength and the social well-being of the community and society. What means this? Okay, when we talk about the people, to the strength and social well-being of the community, when you are only focused the profit and you ignore the people that around you, the community, for example, like you don't care, you just throw away your toxic waste around everywhere, throw into the river, it actually affect their health. Okay, you create the environment pollution. This one directly affect our health and the people that stay around there. Okay, so this is the explanation about the people. Next, planet. When we talk about planet, straight away come to our mind is the environment. Okay, especially our natural resources. First, a lot of companies that think that to have a sustainable environment practice, they need to spend a lot of money. A lot of corporate or business that not willing to spend this kind of money because they think to maintain the environmental friendly practice, they need to spend a lot of money. But we need to put them into the attention that for the time period of time, if we look at the long term, it actually helps us to save a lot of money by practice this sustainable environmental practice. Okay, so currently, actually those costs that dispose those not degradable waste, okay, the toxic product is actually bear financially by our government, actually also bear by us lah. Okay, we have a, you know, the pollution. Okay, so this one is very serious issue, especially nowadays when the whole world locked down. We can see those like animals that actually come out and have fun. So, you know, as a human being, we should feel shame on our action. So if you are in a business, you are in a big corporation, even you just a normal employee, we should play our part to actually keep our environment. You know, practice like just now who mentioned the recycle bag, try to reduce the waste, okay, try to reduce the use of plastic and all this. Okay, next, cost should be analyzed in long term, just like what I say. Okay, some company just think that no, I need to spend a lot of money to change, for example, like the simple one, the solar and all this, they don't even willing to spend. Okay, next, I'm going to share with you the prosperity, the economy prosperity for all and continuity. Prosperity, we also known as the economic capital. Economy benefit, this concept actually is within a sustainability framework. We need to put into our attention is economic benefit by the whole society. It's not only like we focus on our company gain, but whether we create an economy, long-lasting economic impact on the economy environment. How to say that? You not only earn money, we need to know how to spend money as well. So we can, you know, we need to create a human and society gain. We cannot just we just focus, okay, I want to earn, then I don't know how to spend. Can you imagine if your government just want to collect the tax, but they never want to spend to develop the country? Okay, so this is same. Even we are a small, medium enterprise or we are an MNC company, we also need to have our plan, okay, how we earn the money, how we can contribute back, and how we can spend our money and bring the economic prosperity to our society, okay, and to our community. Okay, this is the 3 P's of the CSR. Next, we're going to have the activity before I pass back to Jolene. You remember just now the first activity that Jolene put you into the breakout room to discuss the global challenge chart. Remember the challenge that you discussed with your team member? Okay, if you still remember, just now I shared the 3 P. Take out your, just now the challenge that you list down on your paper or in your PowerPoint. Try to review. Each challenge that you list out just now is fall under which P? How many of you still remember the 3 P stand for what? Can type in the chat room to make sure just now you are not fall asleep. People, okay, I can see the chat box. First, people, planet, prosperity, good, okay. So now you can take out your list of the challenge that just now you list down, then try to put your answer at the side, see whether you correct to group the challenge into the correct group or not. So this is end of my sharing. So I'm going to pass back to my head trainer, Jolene. Thank you.
Thank you, Sammy. So everyone, have you gone through your chat just now, so I can see a lot of people putting up people, planets, prosperity, people. As you can see, a lot of you do not have planets. That's probably why we may want to look into it, but let's see what's the challenge for next. Okay, now let's move on. Since that there is a review has been done, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you into a group. Okay, so what you're going to do is, it's actually individual task, but because we have a time limit, I'm going to put you back into the group. Come up with one action you could do to help with the challenge under your assign. So group 1, if you're under 1, when you log in to this Jamboard, okay, I'm going to show you how it looks like. Okay, this is the Jamboard. Please look at this. This is the number. If you're in team 7, directly go to team 7. Okay, team 7, and put your questions and put up your answer over here. If you're from team 2, we have already dedicated for you your team 2 questions is here. Are we clear? Guys, are we clear? If you are clear, can we put 222 into the group so that I can see that you're clear? Okay. Only 2, what about the rest? Okay, great. Okay, yep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get tag team. Could you put them into the breakout room so that they can do the discussions and, you know, play on with the Jamboard. Okay, I can see that is the link up. Let me see. Yep, the Jamboard link is up. So, yep, can you see? It's been shared by Prince. Okay, you scroll up to your group chat and here you go. Please put them into the breakout room.
And on the planet.
I think we should unmute our mics now.
Okay, so we need to decide an action we could do for the planet, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
do you have any ideas?